Hello friends, in this lecture I will explain inheritance and see some examples related to it. Okay, one of the most important concepts in object-oriented programming is that of inheritance. So we are using inheritance so much in object-oriented programming. Inheritance allows us to define a class in terms of another class. So we can make from a base class, we can make a derived class, which makes easier to create and maintain an application. So in this case, we don't need to again and again create, everything from the beginning. So it is just taking all features of the base class as derived class. So it will a kind of save time. So and also reusability. This is also provides an opportunity to reuse the code functionality and fast implementation time. Okay, when creating a class, instead of writing completely new data members and member functions, the programmer can designate that the new class should inherit the members of an existing class. So instead of writing it from the beginning, we can do something like that. And the existing class is called the base class or the parent class, and the new class is referred to as the derived class or child class. So the idea of inheritance implements the is a relationship. For example, mammal is a animal, dog is a mammal, hence dog is a animal, as well as and so on. So we are using this relationship actually for inheritance. Base and derived classes. Actually, not so much, but in an example, we explained what is the difference between base and derived classes, because we have to show the access specifier, so the protected members should be can be only accessed by derived classes. So we have to explain it. We did it by using an example. So we have little knowledge about it. A class can be derived from more than one classes. So it is not a must to have only one parent class and one base class. We may have two base or parent classes, or three base or parent class. So that's why it is saying from more than one class. So we may have multiple base class as a derived class. To define a derived class, we use a class derivation list to specify the base classes. So we are going to write a kind of like it is in our IDs, writing our parent name or father name, something like that. So in derived classes, it is also writing its base class. Like this, class, derived class is the name of the derived class, and access specifier, I mean public, private, or protected, base class. So access specifier actually shows what is the how can I say, in which way we can reach to the our base class. Generally, we are using public. We will see it. Where access specifier is one of public, protected, or private, and base class is the name of a previously defined class. If the access specifier is not used, then it is private by default, like in the class members that we are doing. So here, if you don't mention, if you don't put any access specifier, it is by default private. Consider a base class shape and its derived class rectangle as follows. So we have a shape base class, and as a subclass or derived class or child class we have rectangle. So it is better to